Across Europe, a quiet transformation is taking place, one that's easy to miss if you're only looking for dramatic headlines or sweeping change. This isn't a revolution in the traditional sense, but a subtle, collective shift in what people value most in their daily lives. For decades, Europe was defined by ambition, rapid growth, deeper integration, and relentless progress that shaped skylines and societies alike. But now, stability has become the new watchword, quietly guiding aspirations and policies from Lisbon to Helsinki and everywhere in between. This isn't about complacency or giving up on progress. It's a thoughtful response to two turbulent decades, marked by financial crashes, refugee influxes, Brexit, pandemics, and even war on the continent's doorstep. Europeans have come to realize that prosperity is fragile, and the ground beneath their feet can shift unexpectedly, making certainty more precious than ever. The focus is turning to what can be preserved: predictability, safety, and a sense of continuity that anchors communities through uncertainty. This shift isn't a sign of decline, but rather a mature adaptation to a world that feels more unpredictable and volatile than before. We'll explore how this new mindset is quietly reshaping daily life, from the way people work and learn to how social systems are designed to support everyone. Across the continent, Europe is learning to value the art of preservation just as much as the drive for innovation, finding balance between old and new. The quest for stability is about moving forward together, on solid ground, with a renewed sense of purpose, ready for whatever comes next and determined to face it as one. Stability in Europe today means more than simply resisting change or holding on to the past. It's about actively building predictability, safety, and continuity into everyday life, so that people can plan for the future with confidence. Predictability means knowing that jobs are secure, pensions are reliable, and the rules that shape society are stable and fair for everyone. Safety now goes beyond just low crime rates. It includes strong healthcare systems, climate protection, and digital security, so people feel protected in every aspect of life. Continuity connects past, present, and future, preserving culture, traditions, and a sense of community, even as the world changes rapidly around us. These pillars form the foundation of a stable society, offering a reassuring alternative to the old, high-risk, high-reward ethos that once dominated. The new European dream is less about relentless ambition or climbing the corporate ladder, and more about work-life balance, collective well-being, and time for family and friends. It's about sustainable progress, embracing innovation that improves lives, not disruption for its own sake or at the expense of stability. People want dignity, security, and peace of mind, not just individual success, but a sense of belonging and shared prosperity. This vision is quietly, yet powerfully, reshaping what it means to thrive in Europe, influencing policies and daily choices alike. The dream is collective, not spectacular, rooted in the everyday moments that bring people together and foster a sense of belonging. Today, stability is not just an afterthought, it's the aspiration at the heart of the new European dream. For decades, GDP growth was Europe's measure of success. A rising tide meant prosperity for all. Economic expansion was seen as the ultimate goal, with policymakers and citizens alike believing that more growth would automatically lead to better lives. The focus was on bigger numbers, higher profits, and ever-increasing productivity. But many now question the cost of growth at all costs: inequality, job insecurity, and environmental damage. The cracks in the old model are becoming impossible to ignore, as the benefits of growth are unevenly distributed and the downsides are felt by millions. The gig economy and casualized labor have left millions with stagnant wages and uncertain futures. For many, stable, long-term employment has been replaced by short-term contracts and side hustles, making it harder to plan for the future or build a sense of security. The social contract, security in exchange for hard work, feels broken. People who once trusted that effort would be rewarded now face anxiety about making ends meet, even when working full-time. Environmental crises are no longer distant threats. They're daily realities. Floods, wildfires, and heat waves are reshaping lives and communities, forcing a reckoning with the true price of unchecked growth. Younger generations are rejecting the culture of hustle and burnout, seeking purpose and balance instead. They want work that fits into a meaningful life, not a life that revolves around work. The demand is for jobs that offer stability, fair pay, and meaning, not just high salaries. People are looking for dignity in their work and a sense that their efforts contribute to something larger than themselves. Prosperity is being redefined. It's about quality of life, not just wealth. Time with family, access to green spaces, and a healthy environment are now seen as essential parts of a good life. Europeans increasingly prefer reliable public goods over the gamble of private riches. Public transport, healthcare, and education are valued as foundations of a fair society. The steady provision of security and community is now valued above risky individual gain. People want to feel safe, connected, and supported by those around them. This isn't a rejection of progress, but a new definition of what it means to prosper. Innovation and sustainability are being woven into daily life, shaping a future that's both modern and mindful. Stability is the new measure of success. Security, comfort, and peace of mind are now the benchmarks by which people judge their lives. The collective is winning out over the gamble of the individual. In today's Europe, shared well-being and community resilience are becoming the true hallmarks of prosperity. Europe's turn toward stability was forged by crisis after crisis. The 2008 financial crash shattered the promise of endless prosperity, leading to austerity and hardship. The Eurozone debt crisis exposed deep divisions and eroded trust in the European project. The refugee crisis and Brexit brought new shocks, testing social cohesion and the idea of unity. Populism and anxiety grew as the world felt more unpredictable. COVID-19 and the war in Ukraine delivered further blows, reminding everyone of their vulnerability. These events underscored the need for robust public systems and competent governance. The cumulative effect, a generation convinced that resilience and security must come first. Stability is now seen as the only way to weather future storms. Crisis has made stability Europe's top priority. Some see Europe's focus on stability as a sign of decline, but it's actually a rational response to today's challenges. Climate change, geopolitical instability, and digital disruption require long-term, resilient solutions, not constant risk-taking. Societies lurching from boom to bust are vulnerable. Those with strong safety nets and trust are better equipped to adapt. For individuals seeking security, stable jobs, good education, reliable healthcare is a logical response to chaos. Stability isn't timid, it's the foundation for real progress and innovation. Groundbreaking ideas need a secure base to flourish. Europe is choosing to build on rock, not sand. Stability is the precondition for sustainable, inclusive progress. It's wisdom, not weakness. Stability takes many forms across Europe, but the goal is the same: reduce uncertainty and boost well-being. In France, a strong state and generous public services are non-negotiable. Nordic countries use flexicurity, flexible labor markets with robust safety nets and retraining. Spain and Portugal, scarred by austerity, now focus on protecting pensions and labor rights. Even in the UK, the NHS remains a cherished symbol of security, despite political upheaval. Each country adapts stability to its context, but the desire for security is universal. These examples show a continent determined to shield its people from the shocks of a volatile world. Stability is the common thread in Europe's diverse tapestry. Nowhere is stability more central than in Germany. The trauma of the Weimar era forged a national consensus. Stability is essential for democracy and peace. The social market economy blends free markets with a strong safety net and consensus-driven decision-making. Independent central banks and fiscal prudence are seen as moral imperatives. Co-determination ensures workers have a voice in corporate decisions. Germans are high savers, preferring security over risk. Vocational training and long-term employment are cultural norms. Germany's model shows how stability can be a deliberate, deeply ingrained national strength. Stability brings real benefits, less anxiety, better health, and stronger social trust. People feel safer, more secure, and more willing to cooperate. Resilient public services and social cohesion help societies weather crises. But there are trade-offs. Too much caution can stifle innovation and slow growth. Bureaucracy and strict labor laws may deter entrepreneurship. A focus on collective well-being can limit spectacular individual success. The challenge is to balance security with dynamism, preserving the social model while encouraging creativity. Europe must ensure stability doesn't become stagnation. The goal, a society where everyone can flourish, not just a lucky few. Stability is a strength, but it must be balanced with openness to change. Europe is charting a new course, one rooted in stability, not just growth. This is a mature response to a world of uncertainty, shaped by hard lessons from recent crises. The new dream is a predictable life, safe communities, and a continuous cultural identity. Europe is investing in public goods and collective well-being, diverging from more volatile models elsewhere. The strength of society is measured by the security of all, not the wealth of a few. The future will demand even more resilience as global challenges intensify. Europe's project is now about making societies greener, more inclusive, and more robust. Stability is a hopeful, humane vision, progress measured in human flourishing, trust, and sustainability. By building on these foundations, Europe shows quiet, enduring strength. In troubled times, stability may be the continent's greatest asset.